Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy, Brass Tacks in this bitch. You already know. I know it's coming up to the end of the year. Some of you guys waiting for the top 10. It's coming. It'll be here before the end of the year for sure. What kind of person, what kind of reviewer would I be if I gave you a top 10 without reviewing American Made? That shit just came out. That could have been a reference. Last year I did a top 10, missed out on Sully in this bitch. Felt like a fucking idiot. I ain't gonna lie to you. So now we're doing that. Another thing, the giveaway. I'm giving away a Wonder Boom, right? I said I was gonna do it when it reached 3,400 subscribers. Guess what? It reached 3,400 subscribers the next day. Post is really slow here, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna extend it to like the first week of the new year. So if you haven't already, go to the Wonder Boom thing. I'm gonna leave a link up here and definitely leave a comment and make sure you're subscribed in that bitch because I'm gonna check. Then I'll do a draw and I'll pick someone out. So I haven't forgotten about you guys. We're gonna get that shit sorted out. Tom Cruise playing Tom Cruise, but Tom Cruise doing it so well. He doing it so well. The only movie I feel where he didn't play himself is the one in Tropic Thunder. I can't remember the name of the character, but that character needs his own movie. He needs his own movie. I'll buy that in 4K and 3D, I ain't gonna lie to you. This is based on a true story of a TWA pilot who was recruited by the CIA to run reconnaissance on the rising communist threat in Central America. Mofo reluctantly ends up becoming a drug smuggler. I don't know what's a good thing or a bad thing. Bullshit ensues. Good movie. Tom Cruise, very likable in this movie. It's a lot of fun, gave me that kind of Blow vibe. Remember the movie Blow? That was another good one. I'd love to see that in 4K. But yeah, that kind of vibe. 70s era, love it. It's all about that period right there. Sex, drugs, rock and roll, what can you say? Shot in 2.8K. Visual effects 2K. Digital intermediate 2K. DTSX master audio. We got the full screen on this one, people. One of the few movies in 2017 which has taken up every inch of your real estate. Every inch, you got the full screen. Amazing. Transfer has a layer of grain, but it's nothing too offensive. You ain't gonna be offended. It's all good. If I'm not offended, I hate grain. You're not gonna be offended. It's all good. Detail is an appreciable upgrade from the 1080p. Reveals extra detail in close-up pause textures, locations, specifically the airports, the mansions, and the prison. But nothing really is gonna blow you away. There is a liberal dose of depth sprinkled throughout this transfer, especially in aerial shots and establishing shots, and there is layers between characters. Nice three-dimensional pop in this movie, for sure. I have seen better black levels on other 4K titles. It's manageable, it's not really offensive, but you would expect a bit more dark and inky blacks in this bitch. But it could be the director's intent, because he's gone with a very stylistic approach with this 4K transfer. You wanna know what the HDR is like? Sex, drugs, and rock and roll, baby. No analogy needed. Born in 1979 in this bitch, I'm sure I was conceived while my parents were high. Sex, drugs, rock and roll, marijuana, all of that good shit. I could have been an accident. The HDR in this has a very vintage look to it. May not be for everyone. You got a yellowish, hazy-ish tint, which makes it look a little soft in parts, but it does give it a very 70-ish vibe, which I don't think is really optimized for the 4K format. You'll appreciate the increase in detail, and HDR does have its own character, but nothing's really gonna blow you away. You tell your girl to go sit on the woof and see what happens. Crystal clear, with all the subtleties and bass you would expect from a reference quality audio DTS track. Everything's deliberate, has weight to it. From the planes flying past, to the third act where you got the gunfire, you're whizzing around, don't know what the hell's going on. Your girl gonna be looking around, you're gonna be looking around thinking, oh shit. And let's not talk about the soundtrack, which is also A1. When that kicks in, you're gonna feel like you're transported to the 70s. Bass kicks in, your legs gonna be jumping to the beat. You may just start bopping whilst you're watching the damn movie, because you're loving the music, if you like the 70s music. Not all of you do. Some of you people watching are millennials in this bitch. The front and rear speakers are firing on all cylinders to give you that reference quality extravaganza. This is reference quality DTSX. Great surround, great highs and lows. Everything A1 on this. Bassy, tasty, crunchy. Good movie, great movie. Good uptick in detail, got a vintage feel to it, which may not cater for 4K. So maybe you want to stick to the 1080p and pick this up when it's at a discount. Best way to watch the movie, I guess, with the added detail, but nothing's really gonna blow your socks off. All right, guys, it's the 4K Rockstar. You already